Hello and welcome back to our bye week bonus episode. I am Chase.
I'm Christian.
We are the RMFantasy SXperts. The riders might take a break because they need it, but
we never sleep.
We do not rest.
No.
So this is our bonus episode for this week. Thanks for tuning in if you're watching, or remember, you can listen to us in podcast form on all the major platforms. But you know what? We still got to talk to you guys. We still got to give you the stats. And in this episode, we just want to talk about the overall season stats.
Yeah.
Kind of talk about some of the bigger stories that we've seen. And of course, you got to talk about what's going to happen in the next two races. And for the first time, we're going to be talking a little bit about 250 championships because
greatest seasons ever?
Oh, it could be.
Yeah, maybe.
It could be. But first, as far as you and I go in our rivalry with Jim and Daniel, they gapped us.
Yeah, you're
they
carrying
took the red
team.
plate.
I
don't want to talk about it much.
Cardinal rule of changing my picks
but
too
Jim
much.
and Daniel are at 530, they are at
1,064. We're
total.
at 1,036. I feel like I need to pay for dinner for everybody at this point. I've been last
we still
by a
got
long
two races
ways.
to make the comeback. Don't give up yet.
I gotta go big hometown race in Vegas. Hopefully.
Gosh, but so there's your top five. Those are your user stats, and hopefully, if you guys are watching or listening to this podcast, well, hopefully you're drinking a nice cold or hot drink out of your new Rocky Mountain mug, tumbler.
Check the stats. A lot
Over 200
of
people took advantage to get these for 99 cents last weekend.
You're crazy if you didn't.
I know. And also, don't worry, we're going to be back next week to go over East Rutherford. We have a cool guest caller next week, Roger Hayden.
That's a legend right there.
That is legend. That is Nikki Hayden's brother. If you're not familiar with Nikki Hayden, go Google him. Because he is an absolute legend icon in the MotoGP world.
Yeah, both of them.
Unfortunately, he did pass away, but his memory lives on, and Roger's going to come on, and he plays fantasy.
And
And
he gets into it. I've talked to him on Twitter a few times.
yeah, really
fun.
cool guy. But real quick, let's just talk about injuries real quick, and this breaks my heart.
We started
have
piling them up, and it's been an ugly year.
Malcolm Stewart, Vince Freeze, he's down again, Aaron Plessinger,
These are
Chad
just
Reed,
big names, man.
Weston Pike. I don't even have room on the whole table for all these. Your boy, Cole Martinez.
He's looking good, though, lately.
Jason Anderson, and Justin Brayton, and Justin Barsha.
And that's just some. There's others.
Yeah, there's other riders we didn't even mention, but man, it's towards the end of the year.
Big names, dude.
But pretty rough. Yeah. But
hopefully we get them all back next year.
Yeah, but now let's talk about some of the stats we have on the year for some of the riders, because we see the trends now, so we're going to talk about East and West Coast. We'll talk about the Triple Crowns and kind of give you an idea of what to expect coming into East Rutherford.
That's right. I put together all the stats per gate drop. Triple Crowns included, mains, all that. And we ranked them with, the best finishing average, the best starts. So it looks like Webb, which looks like he's going to win the championship. Here's the formula. Average third place finish on the year. And to do that, have the second best average start of 4.6. He's led the most laps, 112 to Tomac's 96. And another thing that I saw is there's only 7 riders that have made every main event this year so far.
He's only 7?
Only 7. The top 4, Muskin, Webb, Tomac, Roxon. Then the other ones, Baggett, awesome year for him. Dean Wilson, tearing it up. And the one that really surprised me, Justin Bogle. He's made every main this year.
Yeah.
So, tearing it up.
Well, Justin Bogle, dude's a factory rider.
But to stay healthy,
yeah, props to him for staying healthy, and you can see how much he's coming along.
He's doing pretty good.
Yeah, and Dean Wilson, did I even put his number plate on there? He just got hurt last weekend, so he's out the rest of the season too.
But up until this point.
Yeah, he was doing really well. So. You know what's crazy, though, is that Marv still has a better average start than Cooper, which just goes to show you that he's getting hole shots, but then he's not winning races.
No, he's fading.
He's fading.
I don't know if he's slowed down, they've sped up, I don't know, but something's going on there. Another good thing, though, is Joey Savacci, all gate drops considered, he's got the 4th best starting average.
Yeah, he's
6.6.
seventh best as far as finish goes, but his starts have always been on point. So, and he's showing now that he can run in the top 5 the entire main. I was surprised to not see Savacci get a podium yet, but
hey, there's still time.
It still could happen, yeah. I think, for some reason, some green team tactics
I don't think
might
he's
come out in Vegas. We'll see what happens.
I don't think he's going to fight too hard.
Oh, it's going to be such a good race.
It might be the Monster Energy Cup all over again.
But let's talk about East Coast Standard Rounds, because that's what we got coming up next weekend. We got East Rutherford. Cooper Webb has the best average finish. Get this, 1.8.
Yeah, the next closest, Marvin at 3.2. So he's owning the
And then
East.
Tomac, and then Roxon, and then Baggett has your 5th place. So Roxon and Baggett are both just over 5. Tomac's right at your average finish of 5.
That's pretty good.
And then starts, same trend, really. You got Marvin Muscana, average of 3.2. Baggett, he's got 3.7. Savachi,
he's just getting started.
dude, he's there.
We don't
Every
really realize
4.3 is his average. In fact, Tomac's average start on the East Coast this year is 7.7.
Yeah, that's down to 7th place.
That's what scares me the most, because if he's not the Tomac we hope he's going to be, he just doesn't get the starts. And even this last weekend, did you see in Denver, he won, but if you look at the start and watch the replay, he was mid-pack at best off the start.
In a bad way.
He got really lucky that first rhythm straightaway and was able to kind of sneak up there, but when I first saw the gate drop, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is not going to work out well for me.
Well, everybody, when they start pushing hard, Tomac included, anything can happen. So you want to get your good starts, no doubt. But lap sled on the East, Webb still leading that 47-33 for Tomac. But
yeah, Muscan's there in third with 26. Roxon only 20. Savachi's got 14 laps led, and then Baggett just 3.
Yep.
Now, let's talk about West Coast, because we're going to get to West Coast rounds. We'll talk about it more when Vegas comes up. But Tomac, surprisingly, has the best average finish on the West Coast now at 2.7.
Yep, beating Muscan by almost a spot.
Which is 3.5. Roxon, 3.7. And Webb on the West Coast is actually average finish of 5. So Webb shines on those East Coast tracks. And then average start, kind of same deal. You got Muscan at 3.8.
Yeah. Look at Bogle, though, up to number 6.
Yeah, he's moved. Well, when you get whole shots and you're leading races or starting up front, that's going to happen. Plessinger, he's out. Barcia's out. So 2 out of your top 5 are injured right now. But Tomac's average start on the West is 6.3, and Webb is clear down at 9th with 8.8.
Yeah, it's crazy when you really start breaking
Looking
them
at
up
these
like
stats,
that.
If I'm Webb, I'm stressing out a little bit thinking about Vegas because I'm like,
You definitely want to win East Rutherford. Give yourself the best chance. I wouldn't want to put have any chances
with that
in Vegas.
streak that Tomac is on. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm kind of curious if you're watching, if you're listening. Is Cooper Webb just going to ride this thing in? Could Tomac possibly win?
I'm just saying Webb's got to win East Rutherford.
Think of the nerves that a rider must have at Vegas if you're Cooper Webb. Tomac's got nothing to lose.
No.
All he can do is hold it wide open and win.
And we've seen his moves with Dungey in the past, slowing him down.
More than suspect.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to take any chances of that. Let's lock it down in East Rutherford.
Yeah, and I hope that Marv is within a race point standings wise at Vegas, so it's not just I'll let Coop go by.
Let's just say Marv's got history in East Rutherford too.
That's right.
Stuff always happens there. He took out Tomac one year. He pulled over for Dungey.
What do you do?
But we're in for an end or finish of the season.
Now, there are no Triple Crown rounds left in the year, but real quick, we can just go over some of the key stats that we pulled from that.
Yeah.
Webb had your best average finish at 2.2. Tomac, 3.6. The Muscan, Roxon's in the mix, 6.3. And then Wilson, unfortunately, he's 7th. He's out. And then, but now, Seeley's a guy we'll probably talk about next week.
Yeah, your boy Seeley's did all right at Triple Crowns.
Yeah. And then your average starts, kind of the same trend. Well, surprisingly, Dean Wilson has a 5.7. He's in 3rd as far as average starts on Triple Crowns.
Another thing is Baggett, 10th in starts and average finishes in Triple Crowns.
We have preached it all year. Man just
it's solidifying what
doesn't come. I don't know what it is about
whatever
Triple
reason.
Crowns.
It's like a different reason every time, but there's always something
that keeps him out of the top 5 or off the podium, whatever it might be.
Reed actually a spot better than him on starts and finishes. Surprising.
That's crazy.
Yep. Lap sled, Triple Crown, Webb's leading that 42 to Roxon's 29.
Oh, man. Well, when we talk about the championship battle, like we were saying, man, this could be the most epic Vegas Supercross. You and I are going to be there.
Yeah.
And I've never been so pumped up for a Supercross race.
We were just talking about it. Every championship could be up for grabs. The 250, both of them is going to be insane.
You got Cianciarulo and Dylan Ferrandis that are, I think, less than 10 points. Yeah. You've got Austin Faulkner, who didn't race last weekend. He's, I think, has like a 1 or 2 point lead.
He's going in.
And he's still going to race East Rutherford. And so you've got 2 250 championships that are less than 10 points.
Yeah.
And then you've got the 450s where Tomac is going to do everything in his power to not ride dirty, but
to make things happen.
Yeah, make things happen.
The best chance.
Exactly.
And the 250, I love them combining the points in these rounds, and dude, it's huge. It's gonna be big
that's the other thing with the 250s in Vegas. You've got both coasts
in the same
that are
race
going to be there.
And they're giving out 1 point.
And you can't tell me that if, like, say, Cianciarulo's in 1st and Ferrandis is in 3rd or vice versa, you cannot tell me that their teammates are going to make hell on earth to get around.
I know, dude. It's going to be insane.
It is going to be pretty cool. I'm stoked for it. So I guess question for you, Christian. What to you this year is more shocking? That Webb is still your points leader, or that Roxon probably isn't going to win a race?
I'm fine with Roczen not winning. I just don't want to see him get hurt. Is my thing with him. I don't ever want to see that again. Webb, it surprises me more than anything. I mean, we know he had the champion warrior attitude since he's been on a bike.
Right.
But he hasn't really had the results in the 450s back it up. This year he's came out, owned it, and dominated. I mean, we all thought Tomac was going to run away with this series. So for Webb to come out like that, I mean.
I don't know. Like, you know what kind of surprised me more, and kind of see what you viewers think, but for me, I think it's Tomac and Marv. The fact that Marv's only won 2 races.
Yeah.
And he's getting past when he has a gap
yeah.
is, I mean, because I, for sure, the start of this year, I had Tomac and Musquin, my 2 title contenders. Nobody had Webb on the radar, but the guy's proven he's a champion or could be a champion. But the fact that Tomac, I think what surprised me most is just, we've all known Tomac's been known to crash. But this year, I think he's only hit the deck once that I remember off the top of my head, but he's just been so inconsistent. That's like the shocker to me.
I think they all tried the Dungey approach. And Cooper was the only one willing early in the season, to push. I'm going to push for every spot, every race, and then have myself a better chance in the end, and it obviously worked. So
do you think Cooper rides it in?
I think
what are your thoughts right now?
I think he's going to win, no doubt.
What is he up, down 18 points right now to Tomac?
I see him on the podium in East Rutherford. Maybe I might even pick him for first because, like I said, I don't think he wants to go to Vegas with anything on the line.
Yeah, no, I would agree with you totally. All right, well, what do you guys think? Is the championship wrapped up at this point? Coop got it. I mean, it's 18 points. That's less than a race. So yes, 2 races to go. Anything could happen. But everything has to go perfectly right for Tomac. And Webb does still have some wiggle room. So
I mean, the last few years, though, every time it looks like someone's going to wrap it up early, something crazy always happens in the last 2 or 3 rounds.
Well, Webb is also just, when it's your year, it's your year. I mean, the dude got landed on by Mike Alessi.
Yeah.
Got up unscathed and then raced. And then they red flagged the race. And then the dude goes out with a broken visor and then comes out and wins. Or did he put it? I can't remember.
I mean, we could go back to probably 10 different things this year that, by inches.
When he cross-jumped the rut and landed on the tough block and still made the pass on Tomac.
Yeah.
And then went on to win.
I'm just saying,
podium or whatever it was. But it's like.
It's his year.
When it's your year, it's your year,
I mean, he's catching a lot of breaks, so.
Yeah. But anyway. There it is. That is our race recap. Some of the stats we want to give you guys and a little bit of championship talk. But don't forget, we're going to be back next week for East Rutherford. We didn't forget about you guys. But most importantly, we got to give some shout-outs here.
Yeah, there's been a lot of SXperts out there helping us out.
Yeah.
Cheering us on against Jim and Daniel.
And we try and interact and comment and talk to you guys as much as possible on Friday and Saturday. So let's give some shout-outs. Sean Powell. Who always gives us the ultimate race recap, better than the one we do, probably.
I mean, I don't know if there's a better one out there, to be honest.
Moto Life, he's always been good to us. Thank you, Moto Life.
He takes fantasy serious. I like that guy.
A lot of these guys do, man. All right, what else?
Tars Thomas, we're always catching him in there. He's always got entertaining comments and gives us his picks, and I like reading his
input.
Steve Brinkert. He's an OG from years ago. He just keeps coming back every year.
Every week he's like, I don't know what to do with Tomac. Yeah, well, me neither. Like, I don't know what to do with the guy.
I like him. It was a great show, guys. I don't know if you helped me out or not, but thanks for that.
Thanks for the entertainment. I'm not going to do anything you told me to, but sounds good.
That's fine.
Hey, that's all right. As long as you're watching, you like it.
Yep.
Do what you want with your picks. And then Justin Payton's always there. Chris Cordoza, Rodrigo, and Earth Surfer USA.
Yeah, seems like he's been there a few years too. So
it is.
Thanks to all you guys. We love reading your comments, seeing your picks.
But probably the biggest shout out that we got to give right now.
Oh yeah.
Is to our fans. Hey.
A certain special
I'm just saying, if you want to get on Christian and I's good side, did I say that right? Christian? I know it's mine and Christian's good side. I'll work on my English.
Grammar's not our forte.
Our good friends.
Russ and Charlotte from the Great White North won the 450 last year. Sent us a little care package.
They flew down last year. We brought him down, showed him a good time. He took home his 450, and the man just continues to just spoil us.
Just a stand-up guy.
Look what he sent us this week. Yeah, so he sends us goodies.
He's doing good this year, too. You guys better watch out. He's up there, I think, like 1,500th within range to repeat.
So I'll tell you what, this is how you treat Christian and I. We like it.
Some of it is missing. I have a bit of a weight problem.
Who sent us the jerky this year?
I already dipped into a few of the cookies, but
Who sent us the jerky this year?
The guy who won the Dunlop trip, Rich maybe. Good dude out there.
Send us some jerky.
I mean, it's just crazy how it works out every year. we have the best winners, man. You can't
Absolutely.
pick better winners.
So
you go shout out
thank
to
you
Chad
so much.
Gregg out there, Jurgen.
Everyone that watches, what is this? Canned beaver. I don't even know if that's
presents,
a joke or if it's like real.
From the Great White North.
All it says is open only with adult supervision. So
Yep.
I don't know what that is, but we'll
Thanks
find
a
out.
lot, Russ, for sending the care package. Good luck on your picks the rest of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hey, thank you so much for tuning in this week, even though we don't have races on Saturday, but we'll be back next week for East Rutherford, so tune in next Friday to get the latest and greatest from Christian and I, the RMFantasy SXperts.
Cheer us on. We got to catch Jim and Daniel.
That's right.
I feel guilty at this point. My picks are horrible.
Anything else before we sign off, man?
No, I just want to say, all these guys, they're doing all right, but they're lucky, Trey Kennard's not out there. He could be dominating this season.
From what I heard, the dude's putting in faster lap times than the factory dudes.
I'm just saying, he's rested and recovered right
Trey,
now. Watch out next year.
Bring it on back. I want to get him on the show.
No disrespect to Ben LeMay, but Trey Kennard, let's go.
He's still running the 41. Come on, Trey, bring it on back.
Out there, so.
All right. Well, hey, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Remember, next week, tune in for the next episode. I am Chase.
I'm Christian.
We'll see you next week.